You take your handy dandy Game Boy here, and you have this port on the side of it, right? So you plug this in there. It'll only go one way, and then it you can see. So today I was looking through some of my stuff, going through my Nintendo DS stuff, and I have one of those little bags, and I keep like my DS and my Game Boy Color in there. And I found this little device that I've had for like 20 years, and I've never figured out how to make it work. And that is the Boombox Boy, which is a Game Boy Color, or I guess maybe a Game Boy Pocket accessory. And what it does is it's supposed to turn your Game Boy into a radio receiver. Now, I have never been able to get this thing to work, and it's supposed to be pretty straightforward. What you do is you take your handy dandy Game Boy here, and you have this port on the side of it, right? So you plug this in there. It'll only go one way, and then it you can see my boom arm is in the way. You can see this little part right here. It fits into a slot. And that's the way it goes. Now, easy peasy, right? Here's the thing. You turn on the Game Boy, like so, and your game loads up. And that's great. And I have the volume all the way down right now because I want the Boombox Boy to work. However, I've never gotten anything out of it except for white noise. There is a reset button, a scan button, volume lever, and a single port for headphones. Now, I did earlier plug in this old LED headset that I have and tried to get it to connect and play some radio for me. I've tried it inside and outside, and I've never been able to get anything. Today, though, I got the closest to success that I've ever been. At one point, after pushing the scan button probably like 130 times, I heard like the faintest little hint of a voice, and I didn't know if maybe I was like finally picking up on one of the local radio stations, or if I had somehow gotten through to the other side and was hearing the voices of demons or some shit. Maybe somebody was having a seance a couple doors down. I don't know, but it was interesting. It was kind of neat. So tell me, have you ever seen one of these? Have you ever used one? Have you ever gotten it to work? I wonder if it holds any value. Again, I've never successfully used it, but I'm gonna hang on to it anyways because it's a cool old thing. And as anybody who grew up with a Game Boy knows, Nintendo had some incredible Game Boy accessories back in the day. So you tell me, you ever gotten one of these to work? You ever had one or heard of one? What do you think I should do with it? Just keep it forever or try to figure out what it's worth? If you thought that this video was interesting and you like old gaming stuff or old video games, check out some of my other stuff. I play old games, I remember old games, I stream old games, and I find old accessories and other things that I have laying around, and I'm starting to get a little bit, just a tiny bit, dabbling into collecting. If any of that interests you, feel free, hit that subscribe button and follow along.